Chris, welcome back to another season. So tell us what's been done today then. First day back.
Yeah, today was quite straightforward really, from my point of view. No physical session as such, just mainly testing, a little bit of screening work that Simon, physio and myself have done, a few pictures posture wise and a few little bits and pieces, jump heights and resting heart rate sort of data, just get set up really ready for tomorrow to go back into one of the running drills.
So all the lads have been in today?
Yeah.
Any shocks or surprises? Anything?
No, there's a few that have maybe taken a few of the bits on board for the off season. We like to try and give out as much information as we can for the lads to take away with them while they're away from the place.
So they have a plan to take away?
Yeah, so they have some guidelines based on injury history and things like that, and example running drills that they can do and things like that, ball work sessions that they can or they may or may not choose to take up while they're away. But on the whole, been really pleased with how they've returned.
Anybody that stands out at this stage?
It's probably worth giving Alex Kenyon a bit of a mention. It looks like he's worked hard over the off season, so yeah, he's come back in a good way. So that's what we're after from him, really. So.
I've been watching a bit of Facebook and a bit of Twitter, and there's been rumours going on that some of them have actually been going on runs when they've been on holiday and stuff like that. I mean, you've got to take your hat off to that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's probably. I try and keep away from stuff like that. So
I mean, whether it was a bar run or not, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah,
it's very good. So. Have the new lads settled in then? You know, you've met some new faces today. I know you met them at the old signings, but
yeah, it's basically getting them to sort of not buy in as such, but understand my way of working and what sort of templates we're going to put in front of them and what they'll be expected to take part in, and just basically how the plan works really. So yeah, they should take to it quite well, I would imagine.
Good. I've only seen them as well. I mean, they all look fit as butcher's dogs. It's a different game nowadays, isn't it? From the old, right to the end of the season, so we can let ourselves go a bit, and then we'll put the effort in pre-season. They just stay fit all year round now, don't they?
Well, that's the thing. You're hoping that they come back in as near to where they left you, basically in May. So with the sort of 8 weeks or so that they go back to training in their own sort of towns, cities, wherever they come from. And then they come back hopefully as close to where they left us in May. Yeah.
You never worked with Danny Adams, did you?
I didn't know. No.
He was famous for coming back about 2 stone heavier than he left. So what kind of plan have you put together then for pre-season? At this moment, is it a general plan or is it tailored to the individual?
Probably a bit of both, if I'm perfectly honest. We have large group sessions that everybody will take part in, them. Within that we'll narrow down into 3-4 groups and try and tailor those exercises to certain groups of players within that. So it's probably a little bit of both really. Obviously there's only like 4 of us that we can split the lads between us, so it has to be a bit of best of both worlds really, if I'm honest.
Okay, so I mean you've had first look at the squad, you've seen them coming back. I'm going to put you on the spot now. What are your predictions for the forthcoming season? I know it's a long way off, his next May, but
I think we've got to look to improve again. So from my own personal point of view, looking at things separate to football in terms of like number of players injured, number of days that the lads train, things like that, we've got to do better on those again. Less players injured, more days training, and then obviously hopefully that translates into on the field sort of results, and then we can do better than what we did last year, which is what we all strive to do.
I'm going to mention one individual player in a minute, but putting that person aside a second, I can't remember a season where we've had actually as good a fitness as we did last season. It's just seemed to work all year round. We didn't seem to have that moment where everybody was injured.
Yeah, we tried a couple of little things across the way, so to speak, that may change our fortunes at certain times in the year. So whether we push them in a certain phase of the year or whether we ease off them at a certain time, and touch wood, that worked quite well for us. So we've got a couple of little ideas in terms of how we can sort of better that this year, and we'll see where that takes us. Hopefully it does take us on.
One player last season that was missed and left a big hole in the nets, if you pardon the pun, was Barry Roach, and he's worked really hard to get back to fitness after his operation. And how is Barry? Yeah,
he's looking okay. He's back doing most of the exercises. Worked hard in the gym and things like that. And obviously know myself on what sort of road that injury takes you down. So he's done well. He's back sort of moving properly now, and it'd be interesting to see how it gets on tomorrow when we're back on the grass.
Good. Well, Chris, thanks very much. We'll come and talk to you again maybe before we kick off the season, or just when we just started the season. But thanks for all your hard work as always, and good luck with it all.
No problem. Thanks very much.
Cheers.